What's up, everybody? It's your boy DJ Ndo. I'm just playing. It's the Skinny Jeans TV on the Break Bread podcast, episode 10. I've always wanted to talk about artists that rebrand, artists that always shape their image, artists doing stuff that's really interesting. A guy killing it in terms of the rebrand game is none other than Riky Rick Mikado. Riky Rick can show you being a barbershop owner. He can show you being a judge on The Voice. He can drop music. He can be a family guy. He can do Vaseline. He can do a project with what you call that. He can do all those things. Riky Rick understands the power of a rebrand. Riky Rick has not dropped music in a very long time, but he still keeps being relevant. For me, that shows the power-ness of his brand. It shows me his understanding of being relevant and longevity. So if you're an indie artist listening to this, there's 5 things you're going to get from this. What are you going to learn about Riky Rick? Number 1, you got to stay consistent. Riky Rick is consistent with getting the paper. He's consistent with always being out there. He's consistent with rubbing shoulders even when he's not dropping music. Now, you may think that this is a kind of a lame move, whatever, but Riky Rick understands the level of being consistent as a brand in the game today. Number 2, Riky Rick is very careful on his brand moves and deals. Indie artists understand who you're going to work with. Always choose the right people. And you may be saying to yourself, this guy, we're not even getting deals because no one knows us. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that whoever you want to work with, start aligning to that person, because you can't be reaching out to people that are overexposed. Who would have thought that The Voice would reach out to Riky Rick? Number 1. Who would have thought that Vaseline would reach out to Riky Rick? Because some brands want to tap into artists that have got it going and something that is interesting about them. Number 3, Riky Rick is understanding the lane of business. I think it's so important, because how dare does he open a barbershop? Because he knows people and the clientele is going to come to the barbershop. That's more content, that's more relevance. And I find it so fascinating that Riky Rick's EP or track was called Barbershop, and then now he drops a collaboration with the barbershop. That is so dope, and it's so great because consistency can come to the fore. Number 4, sometimes it's cool to keep quiet and not drop music. Now, this is very interesting because I think the more you drop, the more you make noise. But Riky Rick understands the lane of building his brand, building his following, and he doesn't need to drop music, And I think that's so dope, because in this day and age, with the timeline, it's flooded. This guy understands that there's always a right time to drop music. And number 5, just stick to a lane. Riky Rick's brand lane is so dope. I covered him on a GQ article, whole in-depth feature, and he told me he'd be doing this. He's wanted to do a movie and a film, and he's done all that. He's wanted lorries, but this guy understands the power of being a brand, and he understands the moves, and he understands the lanes. These are the 5 things I wanted to chop up on the Break podcast, episode 10 rather. If you're new to this podcast, we simply break down the moves in culture, in brands, in artists that no one does and no one talks about. And that's what we do. We feel that there's a void in talking about the artists, talking about the influence of culture when it comes to brands. And Skinny Jeans TV with the Break podcast feature always tries and salvages this to always try and meet you in the middle and give you the in-depth knowledge that you need to know about the brands and about the artist. So we episode 10. We've been trialing it out. I think it's going well. People are showing love. It's different. It's innovative, and that's dope, because at the end of the day, we want to just break bread on things happening in culture. It's episode 10. Know what you think. Hit the subscribe button. Let us grow. It's your boy Skinny Jeans TV, and we out.